Hi, I'm Jonathan McDonald from Province Sports. I'm here with longtime hockey writer Tony Gallagher. Tony, the Canucks Thursday night in Pittsburgh face a wealth of offensive firepower. Of course, notably Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin, which makes me want to ask you about Alex Edler and Chris Tanev, the top shutdown pair for the Canucks. How are they doing it, and specifically, how has Edler gone from being such a big disappointment to such a star for the Canucks?
Well, I think Chris Tanev deserves a lot of the credit for Edler being as good as he has been this year, as settled as he has been. He knows that when he gives Tanev the puck, he's going to make a good pass, either back to him right on his stick or up to a forward. They've been working very, very well together, and of course they are the Canucks shutdown pair. They're easily their top pair without Dan Hamhuis available. And of course the job they did on Alex Ovechkin, I thought, in Washington was absolutely outstanding. Thursday in Pittsburgh, they're going to face a slightly diminished Pittsburgh team. There are reports that Sidney is ill. Chris Letang is out, of course. Chris Kunitz broke his foot last night. So they are going to be not quite the same squad you'd normally see. This may cause new coach Johnson to put Malkin and Crosby together to get a super line. And you know that at any time if the Penguins are in trouble, those two can get thrown together, and they often do on the power play. That'll play into the Canucks' hands, really, so that when they can get Edler and Tanev out against, probably they'll aim for Crosby and have the more physical guys like probably Bieksa and Spiza handle Malkin if they're apart. And if they're together, they'll make every effort, I'm sure, to get that top pairing out against the big line.
Tony, in the offseason, Chris Tanev, seeking a longer deal, instead took a short deal, which may have ended up costing him his agent. A lot of things went on there. This guy is the glue, it seems, that keeps the Canucks defense together. He seems extremely valuable, but in the NHL, strangely enough, you don't seem to get rewarded that well for being an amazing defensive defenseman.
No, that's true to some degree. Points are a factor, and in this case, I think they're going to have to overlook points because he's getting into position now where he can walk. I mean, it's still over a year and a half away before he can walk, so there's no imminent danger of the Canucks losing him. But neither is he going to accept a lesser contract when you get this close to your freedom, because if he makes it out into the open market, he's going to make a fortune. The Canucks know this. But, you know, you can't really blame Linden and Benning for dragging their feet a little bit. Neither one of them particularly knew how good he was. They were looking to get bigger and more physical, and Tanev doesn't really fit that mold. So they wanted to see more of him. Well, what they're seeing right now is an absolute eyeful. They realize, we got to get this guy signed and get him locked up long term. I am sure behind the scenes things are ongoing. As everyone knows, Tanev changed his agents. He went to Newport Sports Management away from Ross Gurney here in Vancouver. And I don't think there was anything Gurney could do to have done a better job. I thought he was between a rock and a hard place. I think the Canucks have been, in some cases, wise not to be giving their money to players the way Edmonton did, handing out all this money to Eberle and Nugent Hopkins and Taylor Hall the way they have. Those guys have really underperformed. They've got to carry your team in the way Edmonton's been going. They obviously haven't been carrying them anywhere, but Tanev has been more than worth the money they're paying him this year, and he's going to cash in very soon. Well,
it'll be interesting to see if Tanev and Edler can keep it rolling Thursday night against the Penguins. And of course, you'll read Tony post-game at provincesports.com and the pages of the Province, as well as Jason Botchford, who's in Pittsburgh.